Hello all and welcome back to another model railway video. Now I've had an idea which I think is quite interesting that I wanted to do a video about. Now for basic train sets from Hornby that you get nowadays, you've got all sorts of different varieties. There's all sorts of different locos, different wagons and carriages in them. There's some really cool sets out there. But there's one locomotive which is in Hornby's railroad range which I have not seen in a starter set, which in my opinion, after having a look at one during the week, would be an excellent one to be seen featured. And I'm now going to show you what the locomotive is. I'll roll it into shot. It is Hornby's Railroad Schools Class locomotive. Now, this engine is a very basic model. It's a 440, it has traction tyres on it, the detail is not the greatest in the world, but for a starter set, I think that this would be an excellent loco to see. Now, the Schools Class locos, even though they're a railroad model, the detail isn't the greatest, their performance is actually really good. They are lightweight, so they can't take a lot of load, but in terms of how smooth they are and how well they deal with really tight radius curves, they're an excellent model for someone beginning. And if you're wanting to run a very small basic layout, if you're starting out in model railways, these engines are a good, decent sized model to run on tight radius curves on a small layout. They can cope with them really easily. Excellent little locos, well, actually not too little, but yeah, a really good loco to have in a railroad range. But I reckon a train set would really benefit from one of these. And that is what I'm going to be pretty much doing this basic video on today. So I've paired two Schools Class locos up with some loads to just give an idea of what it would look like to have one of these in a train set. So I'll start Cheltenham off, which is the one that I've got on the front of the train at the moment, and show you what I've got in behind. Now apologies for the colour matches because I know they don't look the greatest, but I've got Cheltenham linked up with 3 Southern basic railroad range passenger carriages. And as I say, the colours don't look too right, they're not exactly the same, but if these were in a set which was pretty much the same sort of colour, this would be a really cool set to look at. So there it goes past. Nice simple set, 3 carriages, just a round track and a controller, and yeah, it'd be really cool to see. So I'll leave Cheltenham going around and I'll bring the second locomotive into shot. And to change it up for BR fans, I have 7 Oaks, another Schools Class loco, and this is in the BR green with the early crest. And I thought, change it up a bit again, and I thought, well, a passenger set's nice, what about a freight set? And I had a look around at some different stock, and what I decided on in the end was 3 open wagons and a guards van. Just a nice simple set. So I'll roll the loco forward, and as you can see, it's pretty bland. They're all the same colour, it's just brown, there's no mix in it at all really. But I thought, well, it's actually quite nice to see a set of wagons and a guards van actually all in the same colours, because back in the BR days, most of the wagons were pretty bland unless you were like private wagons and stuff like that. So I thought, well, this would actually be quite neat to see in behind the Schools Class, so I thought, why not? Put it in behind and see what it looks like. Now, I don't think that the guards van is a Southern Region guards van, unfortunately, but I'm sure that people who are doing a basic starter set wouldn't mind this, and I certainly don't. I think it actually looks quite good. But yeah, I thought just something interesting, a bit different, just an idea that came to mind. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the camera up on the layout, I'm going to leave these 2 sets going around, and let me know in the comments what you think of this idea, if you think it's a good idea, a bad idea, or if there's any other railroad locos or any other sort of consists you could run with a Schools Class engine in a train set. Oh well, I'll leave the camera running, enjoy the video. So there we go, folks. Hornby's schools class locomotives. Good idea, bad idea? I don't know. I just thought it up at random and thought, well, I don't know. Could be an idea. It's because I haven't seen a schools class loco featured in a modern Hornby train set. In fact, I don't think I've seen one at all in a Hornby train set. They're a nice, simple loco. They're very basic, but for a starter set, I reckon that this would be a really good engine to include. There's different versions you could do. You can do them in the Southern Green, you can do them in BR colours, you can do freight or passenger, and they don't have to be the sets that I've done. I've just done those just at random. I reckon that Hornby's design team could create a really nice train set with these locos, and I'm sure they wouldn't be a costly thing to produce because they're very basic. Good mechanism too. They run actually really, really well, and they can get quite a nice crawl on them as well. Overall, I think that, yeah, this could be something really cool, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys, of what your opinion is on this, if it's a good idea, a bad idea, or if there's another railroad loco out there that you reckon should be featured in a train set that isn't already. For me, I mainly collect the more up-to-date tooled models nowadays, but I still like these railroad models. When they build a good one, Hornby actually make a really good job, and there are tons of different railroad engines. They're not the best on detail, but in terms of their performance, some of them are absolutely fantastic, and these engines I do think are one of those locos. They can handle a really good crawl, and they do run really nice around tight curves. So yeah, a nice model in my opinion. Very good. Sorry I haven't done more videos lately, folks. Haven't had any new engines come into the layout. I've been also quite busy with some other projects on the go, but I thought this would be quite a cool video to do, so I thought I'd sneak it in there. There will be more locos I'll hope to take a look at in the future, probably some out of my existing collection, and maybe some new ones eventually. But for now, hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.